heads in a cam would do this much of a difference on the car.
Look at the size comparison.
I don't even know how they're gonna clear the wheel well of the 240. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. So a lot of you guys have been asking me to do this video talking about the new California exhaust law. Basically, ever since that video went viral online of, I think it was the chick getting pulled over for having a loud exhaust, and the officer, in my opinion, was a little bit aggressive about it and maybe a little bit excited to give her a ticket. So as of the new year, in the state of California, there was a new law that had passed. It is the AB1824 Section 4. Now, if you guys want to read the law, I have a couple links below of where I'm getting my information from. You know, don't take any of this information to court. I'm not a lawyer, nor do I not pretend to be one on the internet. There's some information in the description below if you guys want to check that out. If you want to read the full law, I think it's the full law, or the full context of it, it is on Speed Society. Anywho, so I'm going to say a little bit how I feel, then I'm going to get into the logistics of it. I don't feel like this is warranted. I personally feel like it's unlawful. If your car passes smog regulations in the state of California, you shouldn't be penalized for having a loud exhaust so long as you have the necessary cats on the car. With that being said, a fix-it ticket, I understand. $1,000 fine for your car being louder than 95 decibels? A little aggressive. I struggle to see how that is helping anyone. In this video, they talk about how this is because all the street takeovers, but let's be honest, you know, more than half the people in the car industry don't like these takeovers. They do not support them. So why stereotype anyone with a modified car? I'm like flipping my hair back and forth because it's dirty and I'm trying to I'm not even sure that it's $1,000 fine. I'm just going off of, you know, the video and what I'm reading online, but it is so expensive to live in California already. That's a lot of money. I'm a little scared for the car industry as of right now in the state of California if that's not resolved to something that's a little more reasonable than $1,000 non-correctable fine. And not only that, I mean, any Harley Davidson that's gonna fly by my apartment extremely loud is 20 times louder than any car that drives by. I get it. I believe, you know, loud bikes save lives, but at the same time, cars are even quieter than that. So I feel like this was kind of just a rash decision of we need to find a way to penalize these people, so let's do X, you know, let's do Y. If you guys want to look up the law, I'll put it in the description below. Now, talking about the law that was passed, I do feel like it was very vague. It is very vague. If you guys do get pulled over from a cop and he gives you an exhaust ticket, yet he doesn't measure the decibel levels of the car, then I highly recommend getting a lawyer and taking that to court. It's no different than a speeding ticket. The fact that it's non-correctable, I mean, what if he gives you the ticket on your car that's stock? What if your car is stock and he gives you a ticket? Do you just pay the fine? Like, online it says you can take it to a state ref, and then that's a way to kind of fight the ticket. But if that's the case, couldn't someone just, you know, put a stock exhaust back on? So I don't know, I just find it a little vague. And I'm also reading online that if you do have a modified exhaust, then that's probable cause for popping your hood, which is almost a guaranteed state referee ticket. Okay, but talking about the law, not only is the AB1824 law now a non-correctable violation, like a fix-it ticket, it also states that you can't have any cutouts or bypass valves, which is interesting considering some cars come stock with those. I just find the law prohibits these cutouts, yet, you know, stock manufacturers they're coming with vehicles, so I mean, that's a little vague right there. I guess I was delaying doing a video because I was kind of waiting to see what was happening. I signed the petition. I'll put that below as well. I don't find it lawful. I really don't. Again, this is just my opinion on it all. Like, don't take it to court, take it with a grain of salt. That's just how I'm seeing things right now. I think it's absurd, and I think pricing it at $1,000, you know, they're just trying to get everyone out of, you know, the automotive industry in the state of California, when realistically it's a passion, it's a love, it's something that unless you're a car person, quite frankly, I don't think you'd be able to understand. I think the biggest takeaway, in my opinion, from this whole situation is the fact that they are treating this worse than a texting and driving ticket. A texting and driving ticket, to my understanding, is about $200 to $300. And that kills people. Yet a loud exhaust, which doesn't kill people, is $1,000. It's 3 to 4x the amount of a texting and driving ticket. People who are texting and driving, legit, they will hit people. They're not paying attention. That is so much more dangerous than having a loud exhaust. If anything, having a loud exhaust is like having a loud bike. It's safer that way. People know that you're coming up behind them, so when they're texting and driving, they just swerve into another lane. At least they'll hear you coming. I mean, I think that is absurd. In the state of Indiana, they treat a texting driving ticket it's similar to a DUI. You know, you're essentially inebriating yourself while you drive because you're not looking at the road. How much more dangerous can it get than that? I think treating an exhaust ticket worse than a texting and driving ticket just goes to show where, you know, people's priorities are, and it is not on the safety of the road. Instead, they're just trying to take it out on car enthusiasts when these fucking 16-year-olds are out there doing street takeovers. So, no, I do not support that. Yes, I'm an enthusiast. Hello, hi, I don't like to do street takeovers, yet I like modified cars. Law aside, prohibiting cutouts when some cars come stock with them, making it no longer correctable, making it a $1,000 fine, yet texting and driving, I mean, you just pay a couple $100. I don't know if a point goes on your license because I've never gotten a texting and driving ticket. It's sad. You know, this is why I love Indiana so much, because you can run open headers, swap your car, not give a flying fire truck, and I was gonna say fuck. And you know, cops love it. You're not hurting anyone, you're enjoying it. I understand that California, you know, you have to be a little more cognizant of smog, and now I'm digressing from the exhaust law, but if your car puts out better emissions than whatever came stock, why wouldn't the swap be legal at that point? You know, that's when they're just like, no swaps, no keep. Because it's just an easier thing to do. And that's kind of like the exhaust ticket, you know, let's just give everyone a $1,000 fine because it's the easier thing to do. So I sincerely hope something comes of it and that this is fixed. So I did do something a little impulsive myself. I bought a dB meter on Amazon. So I'm gonna go test some stock cars. I wanna go test a stock Porsche. I wanna test some higher end cars. I also wanna test my Prius. But just know that there is an appropriate way to do it. And you guys should also know, in case you do get pulled over and the cop does wanna measure your car, you also wanna know the appropriate way to do it so he doesn't fib on it. Because let's be honest, not all cops are crooked, but some will probably be willing to stick it that little bit closer in order to read the higher number, unfortunately. I'm not gonna lie, I sneezed in this thing the other day. Not like in it, but it read like extremely high, so I'm just like quite interested. Because I have this inkling, I have this strange feeling that it's gonna be like the Volkswagen thing all over again. I truly believe that some stock cars are louder than 95 decibels, and I hope I'm wrong, but such is life. Yo, the traffic noise outside my apartment is 50. Ah! Yeah, that was louder than 95. Oh, okay, I'm gonna call it at that. I wanna go measure a car because I really truly believe that stock vehicles are coming out at louder than 95. Just got to the shop, perfect example. We have a bone stock Ferrari here. I'm gonna use this to test the stock exhaust notes to see if it's louder than 95 dBAs, because I think so. And then I'm gonna test the Prius. But let's test the Prius first and then we'll test the Ferrari. So I just realized there's not even an RPM gauge on the Prius, so we're just gonna go half throttle on the pedal. I'm gonna grab a tape measure, I'm gonna measure 20 inches from the exhaust tip, and then I'm gonna hold the decibel reader at like a 45-degree angle, and that's how they test it. My only fear is that the Prius is gonna sit in battery mode and not make a noise. So this is 20. So that's my 20-inch gauge.
So I'm gonna turn it on and let the gas motor go on. And then you're gonna read it?
Yeah, just go halfway on the pedal since there's no gauge for RPM.
That's like...
Okay, just hold that. Dang, so a Prius is about 73 decibels. That's not leaving much room to play. You wanna go measure some cars?
You're such a geek, I swear. Let's see what the 911 Turbo is. Did you already do it?
Is that with exhaust though?
Oh yeah, no.
That's gonna be loud. So this actually maxes out at 130.
And it's, you're supposed to do it 50 feet away, right?
20 inches away.
No.
Let me double check. That's what it said,
That's
yeah.
a big difference, 20 inches to 50 feet.
Let me double check.
Well, for the tool or for the law?
Alright, so ours just pulled up the document online and it says that it's 50 centimeters, which equates to roughly 20 inches. And it can't be in line with the air coming out the exhaust, just under it, 45 degrees. So I was reading online that a library is 30 to 40 dBAs or decibel level.
Look, right now if we don't talk, it's like 43 right now just for ambient, like...
Yeah. My apartment is 50.
The fuck?
Alright, let's keep measuring stuff. You'll get a kick out of this. So the law also states that you can't have a cutout or a bypass. Do cars not have bypass, like from factory?
No, it's not a bypass valve. Well, I mean, a bypass is like one of the mufflers inside the canister. If we get a factory GT3, 100% has to be over the 95 decibels, like with the exhaust valves open in loud mode, which is factory, right?
What do you mean by the valves being open though?
Okay, so like a factory exhaust system will have mufflers in it. They don't have like a bypass like in the muffler meant to make it sort of a straight pipe in its own right, you know?
Right.
Inside a factory exhaust system though.
But the law states that that is illegal to have on a car.
But I think what they mean by bypass means like if you bypass the muffler
Like vent atmosphere.
Exactly, not like still through like a muffler.
It's just so vague.
Right.
That's the problem.
You have to have a good lawyer.
So, stock KA, catback?
You're at 80 right now, me and you talking. How is this like...
I don't know, man. Its idle is 93.
Bullshit.
Alright, I'm just gonna leave it like that. 88, 89, okay. This car is legal!
No way, what was it?
Yeah, it was just steady at 94, 93, 94.
No way!
Yeah.
Ah!
But I guarantee a cop will give this a ticket
All
because
day.
it's, yeah.
Okay, so the Ferrari though.
The Ferrari's louder. Let's go test that one. Catback exhaust, stock KA, 240, about 93, 94. It's not louder than whatever the law is, but a cop will still give this a ticket, a non-correctable fine.
Poor bastard will have to go to the bar.
Yeah.
Then they'll find like his filter like Spectre under the hood or something and then get fucked for that.
Or he has the wrong fuel pump or something. So let's test the Porsche first. So 997 turbo.
Cold start though.
Cold start, off-road use only.
Well, after the cold start settles, we'll actually test it, right?
Okay.
But I mean, I'm curious to see what it makes anyways.
So let's get a reading for cold start. Custom exhaust, off-road use only.
We've been custom tuning these systems at 94.
That was going back between 103 and 104.
Alrighty then.
So valves closed. This is 106, 107. Illegal, stock from factory. The first was shut, the second was open.
You know, the thing is, at that RPM that they're gonna test it at, the factory electronic system opens the valves regardless.
Really?
Yeah, so not to choke up the engine. So during the testing of this, it does factory open valves, which is how many decibels?
That was at 108.
That's like ridiculously loud. It's
Yeah.
louder than a full straight through non-muffled turbo 911 system. Like,
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
So stock, this is louder than a full custom titanium exhaust, yeah, straight pipe, 911 turbo, let alone, these are both louder than the 240 with the catback. Yeah, that's the person who's gonna get screwed over at the end of the day by all this.
And has no money, that guy.
I know, that's the saddest part.
Yeah, the valve was on.
Should we measure the M3 now?
Yeah.
All right, bone stock M3, let's see what this reads. $85, $85, $84. This is the quietest car.
Quieter than the Prius.
Actually, no, okay, fine. The Prius is quieter. This is 83.
Which makes sense, it's a factory car.
Right.
Also to note,
But the Ferrari's a factory car.
I think I don't know, that's like where the problem lies, where I think the new M4s and all those cars will probably actually lose on that.
So if I remember correctly, Prius was 75, the M3 was 83, the 240 was 93, the 911 was 103, 104-ish, and then the Ferrari was 107, 108. Seriously, what do you think of this law?
It's always been around though, the law. This law has like been here from 1979.
You're right, but the difference now is that it's an uncorrectable $1,000 fine.
Right, but like the uncorrectable part would be fine too, and because like I don't even want to go to CHP and show them my car and do all that. I just think it's horseshit that they're involving a non-emission device to send you to a bar station. That's like saying if they caught you with a roll bar in your car, since it maybe feels like you may be having a race car type situation, then they're gonna send you to a bar station because of that too. Or if you have a lowered car, they're gonna pull you over and send you to a bar station. And where are you gonna draw the line on that?
Right.
It has nothing to do with emissions. It's like
and the fact that it's a $1,000 fine, which is more expensive than a texting and driving ticket, which texting and driving kills people. A loud exhaust doesn't kill people.
A bus that stopped with the red lights flashing, a school bus is like 840 bucks. But like, yeah, it's an justful fine that they put on. Honestly, it's ridiculous.
How would you know that one?
Because I just got the update of all the ticket fines. I don't pass school buses, alright? Jesus. Make me look like a criminal.
How from factory is the Ferrari louder than what's legally required for California?
That's kind of weird.
When a 240 with a legal catback
You're gonna get fucking definitely rolled on way more.
Yeah. It's hard to believe that, it's not hard to believe that a stock 240 with a catback would actually be the legal requirement for DBAs, yet a stock Ferrari is not, yet the guy with the 240 is one who's gonna get screwed over at the end of the day. So there you have it. A stock Ferrari is louder than what the 95 decibel law is. So it's super vague and quite frankly contradicts itself, especially with the no cutoff, no bypass valve. The Ferrari had one stock. Come on, you guys, and just law enforcement, all I can ask is just leave us alone, leave us alone. No, but seriously, I mean, I feel like texting and driving is a lot worse. I mean, there's a lot of things that are a lot worse that are more of a slap on the wrist than having a loud exhaust. So I'm gonna end it here. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. Comment below and let me know your thoughts on the new law. Even if you're not from California, I would love to hear your opinions. I mean, an opinion's an opinion. Take mine with a grain of salt, but I still want to hear yours and hear where all of your guys' heads are at. Thank you for watching. Ecrew, we out here. Bye! Oh, get your merch, don't forget. Shop.emiliahartford.com. Go buy some merch. Show this channel some love and support. It helps me be able to produce better content for you guys. I also have a Patreon page. That helps as well. Anything and everything and all love and all support and even just liking this video is a huge help in order to help me produce better content for you guys. Okay, we're out here. Bye!